Welcome back to 23 Minute Reads with me, Maya D. This is kind of like my virtual book club because in these 5 minute or so videos, I share with you my takeaways from my current reading. Right now, that is Black Performance Theory. As a part of my 23 to 23 challenge, I'm reading 23 minutes per day, every day as an action of self love, as an investment into myself, and as a way of providing myself with some consistency in an ever changing world. Hoping that you will join me along in this journey by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and dropping some comments down there in that comment section so there's an actual dialogue going on. Having in mind that while I have several decades of experience as an educator, a dancer, and a curriculum writer, I'm not the know all be all for this book. I'm simply providing a space for dialogue. Well, this week I read pages 200 through the end, and let me get my notes so I can give you my 3 takeaways. Feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel while I'm grabbing these notes. Takeaway number 1 is multilingual. Success of the Black body being linked to its ability to be multilingual is discussed in the Brenda Dixon Gottschild's book, The Black Dancing Body. We read that book in the 21-minute read section, so feel free to revisit that section if you would like to take a deeper dive. The Afrosonic Feminist Praxis essay by Daphne Brooks in this book was felt to me reminiscent of that multilingual idea. Here it is described as diversity of vocal nuances, and for me invokes memories of the Black church choir, where its members had the ability to sing various parts of the song, the second solo, the lead, the higher part, the lower part, etc. Because of this essay, I find myself questioning how many, like number wise, how many successful Black singers began in their gospel choirs, and how their vocal mobility, their diversity of vocal nuances relates to their physical ability to traverse different spaces. Takeaway number 2 is Commodify the Cool. Hip Hop Habitus is the last essay of the book and is written by Tommy DeFrance. Unlike cultures and communities that you are born into, hip hop, you elect to be a part of it. Here is a quote from the book. The community that breakers recognize is a self-selecting and hermetically sealed. For one to participate in the culture of the dance, one must become of the culture through extensive training, apprenticeship, and participation. End quote. This essay reminds us that hip hop culture evolved as part of, here comes another quote, post-civil rights era gang activity and transformed into 21st century competitive dance structure. End quote. I must add that this conscious effort to bring opposing members together using facilitated discussion and movement as mitigation resulted in a decrease in gang violence. But not all that information is readily accessible, is known to all, and I think that that impacts the value that was placed on the dance form until outsiders of the culture were able to commodify the members' cool via dance competitions and media. Takeaway number 3 is reproduction. Within the African aesthetic, value is placed on innovation. Here's a quote. Because Black performance aesthetics tend to be fed by this alignment of invention rather than some need to master or preserve pre-existing regulations. End quote. So what does that mean? This is not to say that the dance form is absent of technique. It is to say that it is more aligned with the conservationist agenda rather than preservation. Robert W. Nichols discusses this in An Agenda of Conservationists section of Dr. Welsh Ashante's book, African Dance, if you would like to take a deeper dive. We read that book also in our 21-minute read, so feel free to revisit that. In this book, we are reminded that as the dance moved into its consumerism space of media and spectacle, the audience and the media required a level of nostalgia via repetitive reproduction that reduced the form in some cases to spectacle, meaning in some spaces hip-hop, like jazz, evolved and shifted from its politically informed origins and innovative tendencies. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've received any inspiration or you felt like this video was informative, remember to please share it. Otherwise, I will see you next week with a new book. Stay blessed, spread a good word, and I'll see you then.